Mic testing, test mic, test mic. Okay, okay. So, okay. Already 8 o'clock. So I think my mic is okay. So, okay. Now we start our class today. Now, so for today we will proceed to the semester one. The last topic lah for chapter two. Spatial animal, specialized tissue, specialized cell, specialized tissue. So this is the last topic for chapter two and also very long. It takes about my slide is about 75 slides. So it is very long. So I hope that I can end before 10 o'clock lah. Okay, so actually animal specialized tissue you actually also learn in SPM already about what are the epithelium tissue, right? Or epithelium tissue, muscle tissue, nervous tissue, and also connective tissue. So you will learn 4 types of this tissue. Same as in STPM, you also learn about this. Just that maybe in SPM you are not learn in detail lah. You just screening. Your school teacher also screening, and then you also screening because in SPM maybe it not come out in examination, right? But in SCPM, if you want to score A, you should cover all topics. Okay, so for this chapter, actually this chapter is the basic chapter for you and before you enter semester 2, especially when you study about the nervous tissue. Because in semester 2, you will learn nervous tissue and also muscle tissue because these 2 types of tissue that later you will learn in semester 2 also. So you should know lah all of this structure, but not say that other tissue is not important because it will come out in your semester 1 examination. And if you want to study doctor, further study for those whose ambition is want to become a doctor, nurse, or even biomedical field, so you should know lah all this basic one. So even though you not focus at here, but when you study degree for the related, especially medical field, you will learn it again. So okay, okay. So first of all, you will proceed to first type is epithelial tissue. Okay, so these are all the epithelial tissue that you should learn. So there are four main types: squamous, cuboidal, columnar, and also pseudo-stratified. So, squamous tissue is the very basic one, basic one tissue. But for every type, squamous, cuboidal, and also columnar, they are classified into either it is simple or stratified. So the difference is simple is just only one layer. It contain only one layer only. Stratified meaning it contain more than one layer, maybe 3 to 4 layers, at least 2 layers. So these are just the difference. So although just difference, but they are different function lah. For the another one is spatial one is pseudo-stratified. Pseudo-stratified is very spatial. Does not, we cannot say that it is also columnar. Just that if you see here, you see the structure. Here it maybe is stratified one. It looks like stratified, but actually it is only one layer only. Just like some structure, it seems like it have 2 layers, but actually it only have one layer only. So later we will further to see it. This is just the general structure lah. You should know lah how to draw it. If examination want you to draw, you should know how to draw all this lah. Okay, and then this is just the very basic description and also the location. So for squamous, normally squamous is flat shape, irregular round shape, and cuboidal, the main shape is cube shape, and it is more longer, and columnar is more tall and narrow, and contain nucleus along the cell, and then transitional. So this you can read yourself lah. This is just a basic description. Okay, so we will continue to the first one, simple squamous epithelium. So this is the structure. One of the structure. So it is only single layer. So if you see the simple, so meaning simple is only have the one layer lah. Stratified it have more than one layer. Simple is only have one layer. It is a single layer of cells attached to the basement membrane. And then normally the cells are thin and flattened with this shaped center nucleus. So the nucleus is located at the center one. And then when viewed from surface, cells are polygonal shaped with tessellated or non-tessellated margin. Protein which can join the adjacent cells together. So this is just a basic structure, and then this is the function. So actually, before that, I just want you to see lah. So actually, if you see under microscope, this is the epithelial cell that you see lah under microscope one. So you see that the nucleus normally is located at the center one. Normally, generally, it is located at the center of the cell one. Cell one. So actually, this one is simple squamous epithelium. So this is a structure that you see under the microscope. So normally the main location of this cell is this epithelium tissue is normally is lining at the air sac of the lung. So like our lung contain the air sacs, right? So it is lining at there, and also lining of the heart, blood vessel and lymphatic vessel. So this blood vessel, lymphatic vessel also contain the simple squamous epithelial tissue. So the main function is to allow the material to pass through by diffusion and filtration and secrete lubricating substance. So normally this one is to want to transport material. The main function is to transport material one. Want to transport material by diffusion. So actually this one is more uh, detail about the function. So normally it is a lot of pressure of material through diffusion, and also it is act as the barrier for regulations of substance across it. And thin wall which allow, because this cell is contain thin wall, the membrane is more thin. So this one can allow the diffusion of respiratory gas lah. So that is why that our bronchial our air sac of the lung contain this tissue, because it can allow the diffusion of respiratory gas. And also our Boltzmann capsule, this one is one of the structure right, our kidney structure right. This one is one of the kidney structure. Boltzmann capsule can also contain this tissue, and also it can act as the protection toward underlying tissue. So normally this cell is at the surface lah, more outermost surface one, and then of the organ, outermost surface on the organ. Okay, and also the blood vessel function is to reduce the friction of blood flowing through it. So this is more detailed function lah. Okay, next is about simple cuboidal epithelium. Okay, so simple cuboidal epithelium, you see the structure is more, you can see that it is like the circular shape, right? So actually this one is also single layer of cuboidal shaped cells like this. So they are the cell actually is like the cuboidal shape. So it is normally in 3D shape like this one. So you will see that it is arranged in this shape. Compared to here, normally is mono layer, layer right kan? Layer. Tapi normally cuboidal will be arranged in like this. Normally lah. And also the cells are in cuboidal shape. It's not a square, it is rectangular shape lah. Cuboidal meaning it is 3D lah, normally, and possess a central spherical nucleus. So the nucleus also located at the central part of the cells and arranged in hexagonal cross section. Okay, so the main function, normally you can see that normally this cuboidal epithelium can also found in the kidney. So two parts, collecting duct and also plasma and distal convoluted tubule also contain this epithelium tissue. So collecting duct, what are the function of collecting duct? Collecting duct is if you still remember your SPM learning, even though you are not entering semester 2 yet. So in semester 2, you also will learn about the homeostasis, right? For your senior that you should know what are the homeostasis and also adsorption. But for your Sem 1 junior, although you not enter semester 2, but in SPM, I believe that you already learn about the uh, kidney structure, right? And also homeostasis part for that the kidney got three main structure, right? Ultrafiltration, adsorption, and also the secretion, right? So collecting that is more focused on secretion, right? It is already the end of the kidney already. And then also have convoluted tubule. Both convoluted tubule also contain this tissue to play major role for adsorption of water and mineral salt. And then our salivary duct and also thyroid gland also contain this tissue. Normally, it is act as a protection for these two organ. Okay. Okay. So this is the light microscope structure that you will see under the light microscope for the simple cuboidal epithelium tissue. So normally this one is just want you to see the structure. Normally I already mentioned that it is normally arranged in this shape, right? And also it contain the lumen at here. But some books it used like this. So actually this one is more, you can say that this one also correct, not say not correct, but normally they arrange like this lah. It will not arrange like the simple squamous one. Okay, so this is just the structure that I want to see for you. Okay, another one is simple columnar epithelium tissue. Okay, so simple columnar epithelium tissue normally it is same as like squamous, simple squamous. The difference is it is more tall and narrow. For simple squamous it is more flat and more shorter. More flat and more shorter. And for the simple columnar, it is more tall and narrow. So you see here the structure, dia lebih tinggi sikit dan lebih sempit sikit. Sempit sikit. And it has the round nucleus and normally this nucleus is located at the basal end of the cell. Meaning that the nucleus is located at the basal end one. They are at the bottom one. Compared to the simple squamous and simple cuboidal, normally the nucleus is at the center. But for the simple columnar, the nucleus is located at the bottom one, near the basal end one. So normally cells are usually associated with the goblet cell. So normally this epithelium tissue will contain the goblet cell. So these are the goblet cell, goblet cell, goblet cell. And then normally it appear hexagon when viewed from above. So when you see from above, so if you see this, when you see from above, normally it like hexagon shape. And then it may have cilia on its surface. So not all contain cilia, but some of them contain cilia. So cilia is this the hair. You can see it is the hair. So normally this one will occur at normally this epithelial tissue will you can found in our nose lah. Our nose contain this tissue one. This epithelial tissue. So what are the function of goblet cell? Normally goblet cell is to secrete mucus to protect the stomach. Also, not only protect the stomach, also in our nose normally it is act as the protection and secretion of the waste product in kidney duct. Okay. Adsorption of nutrient in stomach and intestine. And goblet cell can secrete mucus also to protect the surface of the oviduct and also uterus. So these are all the function of goblet cells. And then what are the function of cilia? So cilia normally is to help to remove the secretory substance or mucus throughout the surface of trachea, bronchial, and bronchiole. So normally this one also can found in our lung, trachea, bronchus, and bronchiole also can found it because it need to remove all these secretory substance and also mucus. Although mucus is very important, but if too much, actually it can block lah because mucus is very sticky. Right? If you demam, kan demam awak akan ada itu hidung awak macam berapa baik kan. So maybe baik kan. So actually this cilia can help you to remove all of these sickles. And also can help to move the ovum in oviduct. So normally cilia also can help for the movement. If you know that our oviduct for female we have oviduct, right? Female have oviduct, and they are and every month they will release ovum kan, menstrual cycle every month. Your ovary will release the secondary oocyte, your ovum, and then go to the uterus, right? Go to the uterus. If no fertilization occur, so your menstruation will be occur lah. So if you see that it is very related lah. So this is just the general function of this tissue. Nah, but actually if you go to further, when you study biomedical science or you study doctor, when you study doctor, there are much more lah, but this is just a general function. So this is just the microscope structure under the structure of simple simple columnar under the microscope. So you see that is like this like this one. So you see that the cells are very long compared to the squamous. So the cells are very long and narrow one, and then this one is our goblet cell lah. Goblet cell is more very big one. So normally this structure, this tissue is located our digestive tract and also respiratory tract. The digestive tract and respiratory tract contain all these tissue. Okay. Okay, next we go to the pseudostratified epithelium. Okay, so this one is very special because if you see that structure, you can see that it seems like contain many layers, but actually it only have the single layer only. Just the shape is in irregular. It does not have the fixed shape one. Compared to other type of just now you study squamous, cuboidal, and also columnar, all of that already have the fixed shape. But for this, it does not have the fixed shape one. Dia macam pelik-pelik sikit lah, boleh pelik sikit. So you see that the shape curve. So actually it does not have the fixed shape. So normally this single layer is the single layer of cell with one end attached to the basement membrane. And then not all the cells will reach the free surface. So if you see here, normally not all the cell, mainly dia akan ke sini ke sana punya. So not all the cell will reach the free surface one. Maybe dia dekat tengah-tengah sudah tak ada lah. So that is why you can see that dia macam ada many layer, but actually it only have single layer only. And nuclei are found at different layer, giving a multi-layer appearance. Also the nucleus, because of the nucleus is located at freely, the nucleus is not located at the fixed place one. It can locate either central or basal end or either other part. So this is why that one of the reason that we see this tissue, it seem like have the multi-layer, but actually it only have one layer. And then the apical surface also has cilia, and this cell also have goblet cells. Okay, so actually these cells normally also contain at the respiratory tract, and also the goblet cell can contain mucus that trap irritant, which in case of the trachea to keep. So normally the function is same as the columnar. Okay, so this is the structure under the light microscope that you can see. So you see here, kalau awak tengok macam ni, memang lah, you see real structure, it see like have many layer, right? Macam ada banyak layer. You see here, these all are the pseudo-stratified epithelial tissue. But you see here, dia macam ada satu layer kan? Awak tengok ni, macam ada 1, 2, 3, 4, macam empat layer. But actually, it only have one layer only. Because not all the cell will reach the cell membrane. If you see here, this cell only locate as here already putus. and then got another cell attached here. So it only have one layer already. Actually, all of this is made up of one cell, one cell, one cell. Okay, so normally this cell is located at the respiratory tract. Normally is found in the respiratory tract. Uh, Normally is found on the respiratory tract. Okay, so that's all. Okay, another one is about the transitional epithelium tissue. So this one I think is the extra one. Actually, I think your Oxford, buku Oxford tak ada kan? I think. This one is extra one because in MPS syllabus it does not mention you want to learn or not. But actually it called, if you see some reference book, I don't know Campbell got not. But some, I think Solomon ada cakap dan tentang transitional epithelium. So I just put in the slide. Okay, so transitional epithelium actually is combination of squamous and cuboidal epithelial tissue. Dia campur punya. Ada campur-campur sikit. So if you see here, dia memang lah. Memang sangat pelik punya lah. Memang sangat pelik. Because it is the multi-layer already. It memang ada layer punya. And then it is combination of squamous and also cuboidal. And also columnar. So dia memang campur-campur punya. So cells are able to modify their shape under different conditions. So there are also not fixed shape. It maybe can occur in squamous shape, or squamous normally is just flat shape. And maybe it can occur in cuboidal shape, hexagon structure, more longer and more cuboid shape. So normally this function is to allow the stretching and distension of urinary bladder. So our urinary bladder, urethra, and ureter, all these will contain this tissue. So yang ni play major role from our urinary organ for your awak kencing punya. Where awak kencing, inilah play the role one. Kencing, when you want to pergi ke toilet, kencing kan. So inilah tisu yang akan located in your urinary bladder. Okay. Okay, next is about stratified squamous. So now we will proceed to the multi-layer part. Multi-layer part. Just now, before this, all of these only have single layer only. We only talk about single layer. Now we will proceed to multiple layer. Stratified. So if you see the term stratified, meaning it is already in multiple layer. Okay, so so actually the definition, the structure is totally same. Just the difference is it consists of several layers of the cells, and then the cells are also attached to the basement membrane. And basal cells are mitotically active and produce cells to form superficial layers. So that is why we contain many layers. And surface cells are flattened in keratin style. Surface cells are full of keratin and are dead. So this one is for spatial for keratin. So for the cells that are surface layer is made up of keratin, normally is our skin tissue. Skin tissue made up of keratin, right? Not only skin tissue, or also hair, our hair also made up of keratin. So all of this is just okay. And my main function is to form a protective layer in protection of the layer subjected to extraction or high friction. So normally this tissue can be found in our esophagus, mouth, and also vagina. So our esophagus is our makanan itu, our macam mana cakap dekat sini. Esophagus kan dah dekat sini punya. Dekat sini. Saya tak tahu PM cakap apa lah. Esophagus dekat sini. Apabila awak makan memang akan melalui mulut kan. Mulut, lepas tu dia akan enter esophagus, lepas tu masuk your stomach lah. So okay. So that's all. And then this is the microscope structure lah. So if you see here, memang dia ada banyak layer. And if you see here, see the surface one, normally in your surface layer is more, I can say that it is more uh lower cell cause older one to be pushed upward toward the surface, become flatter as they move. So if you see the surface structure is more flat compared to the bottom one. The surface is very flat. Why? Because of this. Because our layer of cell, because only the lower ones, columnar and metabolically active. So normally the lower part is more active compared to the upper part. And then the division of the lower cells cause the older one to be pushed outward and toward the surface. So normally the surface of the cell is already is old cell lah, because all of these cell at the bottom one it will cell divide, undergo cell division and produce more squamous cells, right? And then it will push toward the surface. So normally the upper one is already old already lah. Old cells so become flatter as they move. Okay. Okay. Next we go to the stratified cuboidal epithelium. So actually the structure also same as the simple cuboidal, different just it is multiple layer. Dia ada banyak layer. So normally the function is these two main function. Normally one of the two function here is to provide breast milk for mammary gland during pregnancy and also produce sweat in sweat gland to cool down the body. So our both two gland contain this tissue, mammary gland and also sweat gland. And not only that, also salivary gland also contain this tissue also. So also you see here the main function is to protect lah, protect the function. Okay, okay. Okay, and then this one is about columnar. So columnar also same as the simple columnar structure, also the same, just is multiple layer. So normally it's found in the male and female urethra and the duct of the sun gland. So our urethra contain this tissue lah, and normally the function is to act as secretion and protection lah. Okay. Okay, so that's all for the epithelium tissue. So this is just only for epithelium tissue only. Salah satu tissue. So, okay. Although this tissue, I think in past year not come out yet, but I don't know. Maybe in your year you come out. Siapa tahu? Okay, so please read it. And another one is nervous tissue. Okay, so this one is more simple, not very too much material. You just want to know these three only. Nervous tissue only contain three type of tissue. Motor neuron, which we call as another name is called afferent neuron, AFFERENT, and interneuron, and also efferent neuron. Or another name is called sensory neuron. So you just want to know all of these structure and what are their differences. Okay, so I think normally you already learned ESPN, right? You will know all of this already, should know all of this already. Okay, so actually, you know that this is axon. I think this is axon. This is cell body, and then this is dendrite, right? And then if you go to the here, this is axon, and then this is a dendrite. This is cell body, right? Okay. Okay, never mind. This one is more detailed. So, what is the nervous tissue? So, normally nervous tissue is made up the cells called neuron. So, neuron is the basic unit lah. Neuron is the nerve cells. And then that specialize for transmission of nerve impulse. So, it is very important in our nerve impulse lah. So, whatever when you feel, awak boleh sentuh barang kan, awak boleh nampak benda kan, awak boleh rasa, semua itu main function semua tu because of your neuron. Neuron awak boleh rasa sejuk, rasa sakit, rasa tak selesa atau rasa gembira, rasa sejuk, rasa panas ataupun rasa semua rasa lah, perasaan tu semua because of this neuron, because it transmit the nerve impulse. So this transmission of nerve impulse you will learn in semester 2. Mechanism or transmission of nerve impulse you will learn in semester 2. So for now, you only just want to know the structure of the neuron only and also the main function only lah. Okay, so the main function is to send nerve impulse to control and coordinate the body activities. Okay, okay, so this is more uh, specific description. So normally each neuron will consist of cell body. So this is a cell body and nucleus. Cell body will contain nucleus and also endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, and also nerve fiber. So in our neuron will be separated into two parts, dendron and axon. So you see here these two neuron cells. So this one is the efferent neuron, right? Efferent neuron, and then this one is afferent neuron, right? Am I not mistaken? Efferent neuron. Okay. Right. Betul. Okay. Afferent neuron and efferent neuron. So normally, the direction of impulse is come from the dendritic cell, efferent neuron and afferent neuron. Afferent neuron, efferent neuron. Afferent neuron is the first nerve impulse will come first. After that, it will go to the interneuron and then proceed to the efferent neuron. So dia macam ni lah. Dia akan pergi ke sini, lepas tu pergi ke sini, lepas tu pergi ke sini. Okay, ini awak tak perlu tahu. Ini awak learn dekat semester 2. You just want to know the structure only. So, dendron and axon. So, dendron is the small and widely extension that can break up the 5 terminal called dendrite. So, these are called as dendrite lah. Yang ni macam batang-batang punya, is what we call as dendrite. And then, it can receive the impulse and conduct the impulse toward the cell body. For the axon, normally is after the cell body, afterward the cell body. So it is long and thinner structure. It conduct the impulse away from the cell body. So normally the impulse is away one. The impulse will go like this lah. In this direction. Cell body axon is to transmit the nerve impulse from the cell body. So okay. Near to end, axon will divide into many branches. Normally, axon are more longer than the dendrite. Okay. Okay, so this is the structure of neuron. So this is just the additional information. So we got one of the cell we call as glia. So what is glia? Glia actually is the supporting cell for the neuron. So you will see here, yang biru punya adalah glia lah, and yang kuning adalah our neuron. So actually glia is the fiber is look like fiber type. Actually it provide the support to the neuron cells lah. Our neuron cell actually is freely located at our nerve, our organ, but it is also supported by the glia. If not, support, maybe our neuron cell can be moved anywhere already. So this is just okay. Okay, and then another one is our axon. So actually this one you will learn in detail in semester 2. What is our myelin sheath and also Schwann cells. This one I just put at here. This one I will not explain in detail because you will learn in semester 2. So this one is the basic structure of our neuron cells. Because of these two structures, so that we can transmit our nerve impulse more faster. If does not have the myelin sheath like this, if our nerve impulse, our neuron cell is like this, does not contain any myelin sheath one, actually our nerve impulse is the transmission of nerve impulse is very slow lah. But if we have the myelin sheath, our nerve impulse can be jump. Dia akan keluar sini, lepas tu lompat ke sini. Dia tak akan transmit along the way. Dia akan lompat punya. So inilah mechanism dia. So normally the neuron axon of the peripheral nervous system is surrounded by core scaven cells to form the layer of the myelin sheet. And then the membrane or myelin sheet is mostly lipid, and that is a poor conductor electrical. So that is why that our nerve impulse can be jump over here to over here, because myelin sheet is the non-conductor. It is a good insulator. Our nerve impulse cannot pass through this myelin sheet cells, right? Dia akan lompat. Now, so this myelin structure can make the fast conduction in nerve impulse, and there are the gap in myelin sheet we call as node of Van Vliet. So this is the node of Van Vliet, and in myelinated sheet axon, the depolarizing current during action potential at one node of Van Vliet along the interval of the axon to the next node. So yang ni adalah yang semester sem 2 punya explanation actually ini maksudnya yang tadi saya cakap lah, the electrical impulse lompat, dia akan jump based on the according to the node of Van Vliet. Dia tak akan pass through the myelin sheet, right? So on the another word, so I already explained here, right? Action potential will appear jump from node to node as it travel along the axon. So this is the extra, I cannot say extra information lah, but this is all the our neuron contain the myelin sheet. Okay, so this one actually you will learn more detail in semester 2. So you will learn earlier lah. Okay. Okay, so that's all for the nervous tissue. Next, we go to the third one, muscle tissue, muscle cell. Okay, muscular tissue, we contain 3 types of muscular tissue. We have skeletal, cardiac, and also smooth. So these are all these 3 types. So yang ni I think is skeletal, yang ni smooth, yang ni cardiac, yang no mistaken. Okay, so it is composed of the muscle cell known as the muscle fiber. So actually our muscle is made up of muscle fiber, and it is very elongated, cylindrical, and spindle shaped cells that give the movement of the organism. So kami boleh bergerak sini, bergerak sana, boleh angkat barang, boleh lari, semua tu because of our muscle. If human does not have any muscle, kami tak boleh bergerak punya. Kami hanya boleh baling dekat baling je. Tak boleh jalan, tak boleh lari lah. Okay, so there are 2 modes of muscle, either is voluntary and involuntary. So normally our skeletal muscle is voluntary muscle. Our smooth and cardiac muscle is involuntary. So voluntary is the contraction. Our contraction and relaxation occur under conscious control. So normally walking, running, all these and our angkat barang ni semua adalah because of skeletal muscle. Because you can control yourself. Once you use that muscle, dia baru contract. Kalau tak ada guna, dia tak ada contract punya. Macam jalan lah, kalau awak jalan, dia baru contract. Kalau tak ada jalan, memang dia tak ada contract. But for involuntary muscle is a muscle contraction will occur without any nerve stimulation or by autonomic, or is occur automatically. Dia automatic punya. Dia tak ada, bukan cakap saya nak contract baru contract. Dia every time contract. So the most example is our cardiac muscle, our heart. Cardiac muscle is the spatial muscle that appear in our heart. Our heart is dia lompat, our heart is activated every time, right? Kan dia akan pump our blood every time, right? Yes, you are survive. If our heart tak lompat, we already have not had the heartbeat, then the person die already, right? So our heart should be contain involuntary muscle, because it need to pump our blood in every time. Even you sleep or even you sleep, our pun pensang pun, our blood also need to, our heart is also need to pump the blood. If only the person die, the person if dia mati punya baru tak ada heartbeat. Okay, so this is just a basic description of muscle. So normally I already mentioned we have three type of muscle, right? So skeletal muscle. Okay, so skeletal muscle is the main type lah of the muscle that we can found in our body. So our body that you can appear in our skin, all of the our stomach and our hand, our leg, semua these are contain skeletal muscle. So skeletal muscle is very important lah in our body and appear majority part in our body. So skeletal muscle is a long, elongated and cylindrical shape with blunt end. Yang ni structure dia. So yang ni adalah skeletal. Yang ni skeletal, yang ni smooth, yang ni cardiac. Remember. Skeletal, smooth and cardiac. Okay, so it is the voluntary muscle and it is usually attached to the bone of the body. So that is why kami boleh bergerak, boleh jalan kan. So kerana muscle ni dia akan angkat, dia akan function with our bone. Our bone. When it contract, dia akan bergerak lah. Our tulang-tulang pun akan bergerak juga. So normally it is attached to our bone. And then the muscle fibers are very long and consist of many nucleus per fiber. So you see here, actually muscle cell is made up of muscle fiber. Okay, and then the muscle fiber is made by many repeating unit we call as myofibril. And myofibril consists, so ini all the explanation maybe you are not clear. So actually saya guna structure ni lah. So actually this is our muscle in our hand one, yang ni kalau siapa ada latih gym, awak tengok dia muscle dia sangat bagus kan. So these are our muscle structure. Everyone also have muscle, just that either you got practice gym or not lah. Yang ada practice gym tu awak boleh tengok muscle dia sangat, awak boleh nampak muscle dia sangat baik lah. Not baik, just that you can see the muscle more clearly compared to the normal person. Okay, so these are the muscle when we kalau kami besarkan enlarge this structure, actually it is made up of, they say that it is made up of fiber. Actually muscle is made up of one fiber. And then within the fiber, actually you can see that if you see that within our fiber, this one all yang kuning ni, semua kuning ni, in one muscle cell, one muscle tissue actually contain many muscle fiber, right? Dia ada banyak muscle fiber ni. Yang ni kuning ni semua adalah muscle fiber, single muscle fiber. So actually you can see here dia ada banyak muscle fiber kan. You see that how many 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Got 10 muscle fiber. Okay. And then we enlarge again one muscle fiber. So you see that our muscle fiber contain the nucleus at there, and it is the long and cylindrical cylinder shape. And then when we enlarge the muscle fiber again, you will see within one muscle fiber dia ada banyak lagi myofiber. And then if you see here, dia banyak myofiber at there. And then when you enlarge more in myofiber, then we got the basic structure which is called as sarcoma. And then within the sarcoma, we got two main filament that I already mentioned in chapter 1, chapter 2 also in first topic, actin filament and also myosin filament. So this one we also can consider as the one type of the cytoskeleton, right? Cytoskeleton, please recap again. Apa itu cytoskeleton? And then cytoskeleton, we have three types, right? Microtubule, intermediate filament, and also microtubule. And then got another one is intermediate filament, and another one is I already forget. I pun forget. Got these three, right? Please recap again. Kalau lupa, please do a memorization again. Uh, Microtubule, intermediate filament, and another one is I already forget pun lah, dah lupa lah. Yang ni lah one type of cytoskeleton. So this structure actually sacroma, this one you will learn in semester 2, sem 2. Sem 2. Sem 2. This one I just want you to show you the basic structure of the skeletal muscle. So in examination, if you want to explain the structure of skeletal muscle, please explain all these. You should explain all these baru boleh dapat markah penuh. Kalau tak ada explain ni, awak just say that, oh, it is cylinder. Satu markah je lah. Kalau dia keluar essay 6 markah, you just say that, oh, it is long, elongated, cylindrical shape with blunt end. It voluntary muscle. Satu markah je lah. Too simple. Kindergarten lah. Awak bukan kindergarten, you are doctor. So you need to explain all of this. All of this lah. Okay. Just that sacrament, you don't need to write this lah. What is M line, Z line, yang ni awak belajar dekat semester 2. But if you can explain, good. But no, you don't need to explain lah. You just want to explain the basic structure of skeletal muscle. So yang ni lebih detail sikit lah. Lebih detail sikit. Yang ni lebih detail sikit. But actually is same as this. Same as this. So, okay. So this is basic structure of skeletal muscle. So normally skeletal muscle function is to play a major role in contraction muscle in neuromuscular junction. And skeletal muscle also has the sacroplasmic reticulum play the major role in muscle vasculation, muscular contraction. So this muscle is normally play the major role in contraction lah. Okay, and then smooth muscle. Okay, this is another type of muscle. So it is elongated and spindle shaped with pointed end muscle fiber. And it is involuntary muscle. It has one central nucleus in muscle fiber that arranged in parallel row. And however, it does not have the repeating unit of sacrum and sacroplasmic reticulum. So compared to skeletal muscle, it does not have the repeating unit of sacrum. Yang skeletal muscle dia ada repeating unit of sacrum one. But for smooth muscle dia tak ada. And also the shape is also different. It is spindle shape compared to skeletal. Skeletal is a cylinder shape. And that is normally found in the wall of digestive tract, uterus, and blood vessel. And it is the play major role in homeostatic function, homeostasis, and also cardiovascular and respiratory function, vision function, gastrointestinal peristaltic function, urinary excretion function, and male and female fertility. So these are all the function. Okay. Okay, so this is just the structure. So you see that the main structure of the smooth muscle is actually spindle shaped one, and then it is with the point end. Their end there is point one. Compared to the skeletal muscle is blunt end. Blunt end meaning dia macam ni punya. So you see that skeletal muscle is more straight lah. The end is more nicely one. Macam awak potong potong sayur atau potong carrot, awak potong je, itulah blind end. Memang straight punya, nice punya. Tapi compared to smooth muscle is point end. Dia macam titik-titik punya. Titik punya, and it is spindle shape one. And then it contain the nucleus. Every type of smooth muscle, it contain the nucleus at the central one. Okay, so this one, you don't need to know the single unit and multi-unit one. These are two different types of muscle lah. Single unit smooth muscle and multi-unit smooth muscle. So you don't need to know what are the difference. You are not doctor, you don't need to know. I want to show you the shape, more clearly shape of the smooth muscle. So yang ni maybe tak clear kan, ini under microscope one. So yang ni maybe clear for you lah. And okay, so the last muscle is about cardiac muscle. Okay, cardiac muscle is the special muscle we only found in the heart only. Hanya jantung kami ada muscle ini. Yang lain tak ada. Yang lain semua tak ada cardiac muscle. Only heart, jantung kami ada muscle ini je. So it is elongated cylindrical bunch muscle. So it is also cylinder, but it is the branch muscle. Maksudnya dia akan ada banyak branch lah. So you see here, dia memang ada banyak branch. And then it is involuntary muscle, okay. And then the muscle fiber are joined end to end can form bunching structure. For skeletal muscle, it cannot form bunch one. Yang ni boleh form bunch. So it has the two central nucleus per muscle fiber. And this muscle also have the repeating unit of sarcoma and sarcoplasmic reticulum also present in this muscle. And then it has the intercalated disjunction of the muscle fiber. It only found in the wall of the heart. So okay. So this one is more if you see under electron microscope. So these are the more detail if you enlarge the cardiac muscle. So if you see here, there are sarcoma at there. Same as the skeletal muscle one. So it has the repeating unit of sarcoma one. And then at the end, it can form the branch one. And it also contain mitochondria at here. And then it is the striated cardiac muscle fiber are connected by the intercalated disc. And also you see here, this one is recalled as intercalated disc that contain electrical gate junction and two types of mechanical connection called desmosome and fascial adherent. Yang ni lebih scientific sikit lah. So with in simple, within at the end of the cardiac muscle, actually the connection between the cardiac muscle is connected by this we call as intercalated disc. So this intercalated disc, so here lah, you see that. So actually it is the electrical gate junction, and within this junction we can have two connection, mechanical connection we call as desmosome and also fascial adherence. Yang ni lah, dekat dalam ni dia ada dua connection lah. Ada dua connection we call as desmosome and fascial adherence. So what are the function of this? So the adhesion provide the mechanical strength so that the force of the contraction generated by one cell can be transmitted to the next to ensure coordinated pumping. So this one is very important. So because this one is provide the mechanical strength to the cardiac muscle, so that when there are the electrical impulse, force of the contraction by one cell, so that the impulse can be transmitted to another type of muscle. So ensure that all the muscle can be contract lah. Not say that only this muscle contract and then this muscle does not contract. And then it able to generating endogenous action potential at periodic interval. And then the action potential of the vertebral cardiac fiber have very long duration, ensure prolonged contraction. So this is just main role to ensure the contraction of the muscle lah, especially because it is very important because it is located in on the surface of the lung, not lung, heart, jantung kami. Okay, so yang ni I think Campbell tak ada punya, memang tak ada punya Campbell. Yang ni saya share, saya pun tak tahu share dekat mana lah, lupa. One of the reference book lah. Okay, di memang extra information lah. So you can read it. If you are interested, you can Google it. Okay, so these is just the main differences between these three muscles. So if in examination it come out differences between these three muscles, so you can see, refer to it. So normally the location of the skeletal muscle is attached to the skeleton, our bone, and cardiac muscle, yeah, it only found in our heart. And our smooth muscle is normally found in the stomach and intestine. Okay, and control, okay, only skeletal is voluntary, cardiac and smooth both are involuntary. And the shape, both three are elongate, but the shape for skeletal and cardiac is cylinder, but the smooth is spindle. And then the main difference between skeletal and cardiac is it contains skeletal is have the but it has blunt end one. But for the cardiac, it does not have the blunt end. It does not contain the blunt end. It is the fiber and that branch and fuse. It contains the branch that can connect to the each other lah. And then you see that the cardiac muscle I already mentioned it contain interconnected disc right. Yang ni kan, yang ni interconnected disc. Okay, so station station I don't know this meaning. I already forget. Maybe you can search yourself. What are these? What are these meaning? Meaning I already forget it. And number of nucleus. So normally skeletal muscle nucleus is peripheral and contain many nucleus at there. Cardiac muscle it only either one or two, and it is at the central one. And then smooth muscle is every muscle cell contain one muscle, and it is also located at the central part. And then the resistance to fatigue, repetitive contraction. So normally skeletal is very not very have the repetitive contraction lah. Cardiac is intermediate and smooth muscle is the greatest one. Okay, so this is and this one also same the function the differences between these three. So actually yang ni awak boleh gabung lah, boleh gabung sekali. So you can pick yourself actually same as before. So kalau keluar differences between this muscle, so I hope that everyone can answer because already how many function, how many difference? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wah, kalau keluar 8 markah, hafal ni semua, boleh dapat 8 markah lah. Yang ni, wah, banyak lagi, 10 markah tu. Kalau dia keluar differences 10 markah, awak hafal ni memang boleh jawab je, senang je, kan? Okay, so that's all for muscular tissue. Okay, next finally we go to the connective tissue. So actually this one is very long. Paling banyak punya. Okay. Okay, so this is the last type of tissue that you will learn. Okay, so I see my line. Okay or not? Okay, my line is okay. Okay. Okay, so connective tissue. Okay, so general structure. This is just the general structure of connective tissue. What are these? Tadi aku tahu sini. Ni timer. Okay. Okay, yang ni adalah general structure of connective tissue. So normally, if you just one examination, if you want you to talk about general structure, so I just highlight the keyword only lah. So this is just the general function. General function is to protect, connect, and support the body and internal organ. And then it contains the intercellular substance we call as matrix and fiber. So it normally is made up of matrix and fiber. And then what are the matrix? So matrix is a jelly-like structure, jelly-like liquid fiber. And then within the matrix, we have many cells we call as one of the protein we call as fibroblast. This one is actually very important protein because this protein can secrete fiber protein. So all of the fiber structure that form because of this protein fibroblast. And then we also have many fiber, 3 type of fiber, collagen fiber, elastic fiber, and reticular fiber. So yang ni lah semua ni. Elastic fiber, collagen fiber, reticular fiber. So what are these fibers? So collagen fiber is waxy and flexible. Elastic fiber is branch fiber and fused to form network fiber. Reticular fiber is thin and branch fiber. So normally all the fiber is more interconnection together. So collagen fiber, the main function is to remain intact when tissue is stretched. So kalau tissue kami is stressed, macam dia ada stress, you pull the tissue, our tissue. So this fiber is play the role lah to maintain the tissue is still can function, not be damaged at all after tissue stretching. So this fiber is play function here, and there is fiber is the important component of structure that must stretch, and reticular fiber the function is to network to joining the tissue to neighboring tissue, so it acts the networking lah between the connective tissue. And then it also have the adhesion protein called laminin and fibronectin. So normally this protein is to allow the connective tissue cell to attach to the matrix element. So these all lah. This all. No, this is just a general structure lah. So maybe you first time you read, dia macam sakit kepala sikit lah apa ni semua. So actually connective tissue, what we call as connective, meaning dia memang connect punya. Dia play the function in connection. Dia ada connect punya connection. So these are all the type of connective tissue that you should learn. So I think this connective tissue yang paling senang blood lah. Blood, our bone, cartilage, blood, cartilage and bone are the example, and also our adipose tissue, and also dense connective tissue and loose connective tissue. So all of these you should learn in your syllabus. So I will explain one by one. So all of this structure, all of this tissue actually contain this all structure. Yang ni just general description only. Yang paling penting, matrix and fiber. Dia ada dua komponen ni, matrix and fiber. Ini memang sangat penting punya. All of the connective tissues should have these two components. Kalau tak ada dua komponen ni, dia memang tak boleh buat connection lah. Because already say it is connective tissue. Dia boleh buat connection to different organ one. Okay, so these are all the connective tissue you need to learn, or bukan satu je, semua. Okay, yang ni just tunjuk syok je. Orang tak perlu tahu yang ni. This is just our stem cell, and then will be divided to form this. So I think yang ni lah. Okay, you don't need to know this. Okay, first type we go to the loose connective tissue. So loose connective tissue normally is normally loose connective tissue contain these three types of tissue: areolar, adipose, and reticular. So this is just a general structure. So you see here, see the general structure. So you see that there are collagen fiber, right? There are the elastic fiber, right? And then there are the fibroblast, kan? Semua yang tiga ni dalam main component lah of the connective tissue. Memang dia akan ada. So this together with adipose tissue form the subcutaneous that attach to the skin to the muscle and form a thin filling between body part and serve as the reservoir for the fluid and salt. So normally it is found in our skin tissue, our skin at the mid layer lah, yang paling dalam punya layer. So our main location actually it is not only found on the skin, actually everywhere lah. Everywhere that support must be combined with elasticity, such as subcutaneous tissue. So normally this is provide to function of the support lah. Support what? Okay, so there are three types of tissue, right? Areolar, adipose tissue, and also reticular. So areolar tissue normally is look like this. So normally it is most widely distributed connective tissue in the body. So actually all of the part of the body normally it contain this areolar tissue. So loosely gel-like matrix, it contain gel-like matrix, and then it contain all the three connective fiber. So tadi yang saya cakap lah, collagen fiber, elastic fiber, and another one is collagen fiber, elastic fiber, and another one is reticular fiber. So yang ni tiga fiber ni memang ada punya. And also it contain the protein like fibroblast, macrophage, mast cells, and also white blood cell at there. And then another one is adipose tissue. I think this one familiar, right? Adipose tissue is our fat lah. Fat tissue. Yang semua fat tissue. Fat tissue. So actually it is normally also found our skin, internal, or not only found on the skin and also our internal organ also contain this adipose tissue. So normally this tissue is function as the support organ lah, protection and also insulation. So that is why yang orang yang gemuk punya dia boleh tahan sejuk lah compared to orang yang kurus, because it is the heat insulator. Also it can found in the support organ. So normally all of the internal organ contain also adipose tissue. Also it can be food storage lah. Okay. No, this is adipose tissue, and another one is reticular tissue. So reticular tissue is also it contain the reticular. So we will found the reticular fiber in the tissue. So you see that there are many reticular fibers surround there, surround the cell one, surround the cell. So the cells are lined on the reticular fiber network. And then normally this cell function is to form a soft internal skeleton stroma that support the other cells. So like white blood cell, mast cell, and macrophage. So it is to support these all cells. Normally it is found in the lymph node, bone marrow, and the spleen. Normally in lymphatic system dia akan cari dia dekat, you can found in the lymphatic system. Okay, so this is reticular tissue. Okay, next we continue to dense connective tissue. Okay, so dense connective tissue you will found normally also dense connective tissue. There are three main locations: tendon, ligament, and also our dermis of the skin. Right, dermis of the skin, tendon, and ligament. So you can found in the dermis, lower layer of the skin. Normally, this tissue is very strong tissue, and it is less flexible than loose connective tissue. So because it is strong but it is less flexible lah, you cannot stress this tissue sesuka hati compared to the loose one. If you stress the tissue, the tissue maybe will break. Will break one. So this tissue when it break, normally it take times want to recover it. So collagen fiber. So normally this tissue will found the main fiber is collagen fiber. So another example is tendon and ligament. So what are the tendon and ligament? You should know already. You already learned in Spain, right? So tendon is the muscle, the tissue that connect the muscle to the bone, and ligament is the tissue that connect bone to each other. That connect bone to bone one. Tendon is muscle to bone, right? Like skeletal muscle. Skeletal muscle is skeletal muscle is located near the bone, right? So how it connect to each other? Tendon play the role. And then ligament is between the tulang. Kalau tulang dengan tulang dia akan connected with the ligament. Okay. Yang ni saya bagi lebih structure sikit untuk tendon dan ligament lah. So yang ni adalah tendon lah. Yang ni adalah tendon lah. Tendon dia akan join dekat muscle at the outside one, and also tulang, our bone. And then this is our ligament lah. Bone dengan bone yang ni adalah joint, right? If you have the joint, ada satu tulang dekat atas, satu tulang dekat bawah. So tulang yang berbeza akan connect to each other by the ligament. So so this is just I want to show you the ligament and tendon lah. Okay, you don't need yang lain kawan tak perlu baca, tak perlu hafal tu. Okay, next is about the bone. Okay, bone, our tulang, our bone also one type of the connective tissue. So bone is the main vertebral skeletal tissue, consists mostly of matrix material. So our matrix material contain collagen and elastic fiber. So this give the strength and flexibility to the tissue. So it also contains inorganic matrix consists of mineral salt, mostly calcium salt that give the tissue hardness. So that is why banyak orang cakap kalau awak tulang tak baik atau minum banyak susu atau bahkan minum banyak susu boleh increase your healthy of your bone. Because our bone contain this inorganic matrix material, because this inorganic material will give our tissue become more hard. So that is why our bone is very hard structure. Karena because of content of this calcium salt. Also our bone also contain this all fiber, collagen and elastic fiber. Okay. Okay. So yang ni adalah structure of the bone. So actually we have two type of bone, either is compact bone and spongy bone. Spongy bone. Okay, so you will see here, this is the enlargement structure. So yang ni awak tengok circle-circle punya banyak bulatan-bulatan ni semua adalah compact bone lah. Yang ni tengok ni dia tak ada, dia structure dia macam pipe punya. You can see I just macam tubular structure. This is we call as spongy bone. So normally compact bone is more longer lah. Dia banyak sikit lah. And spongy bone is at the end of the compact bone. Okay. So compact bone normally is dense and heavy and strong bone. And then the compact bone normally is found in the shaft and long bone and the surface of the flat bone. And it is composed of the subunit osteal. So yang ni semua maybe kalau baca atau apa nak tidur, never mind, I just directly see this structure. So actually our spongy bone, awak tengok, if you kalau awak potong tulang awak lah. If you ambil tulang awak, if you potong, cut your bone, you will see this structure actually. Tengok structure ni. Awak boleh cari, if you interesting, you can find the Google image from the mammalian punya bone, like normally cow bone or cow punya, lembu punya, kambing punya pun okay, lembu kambing pun okay. You can found it. So normally if you got eat that food, lembu punya kaki kan, awak ada pakai lembu kaki atau kambing kaki, you will see the process they cut the bone, you will see this structure like this. Not only human, all of the mammalian that have the spongy bone also contain this structure. So yang ni bulat-bulat ni, so we call as this circular structure we call as osteal. So actually our bone is made up of many osteal one. Osteal. So osteal is the basic unit lah. And then within the osteal we have the bone cells we call as osteocytes. Osteocytes yang ni. Osteocytes. And then within the osteal we also contain the lamella. Lamella is the interconnected fiber to the bone one. And then within you see that they are the canal here. So yang ni ada the blood supply. Our blood vessel will pass through this canal. So you see here yang ni yang ni you see here yang ni blood vessel, yang ni tengah-tengah punya. So blood vessel akan dekat sini, tengah-tengah punya. It will pass through the bone lah, and then you see this also. So this is just a basic structure lah. Okay, basic structure. Okay, and then if you enlarge the osteal structure yang ni, when you enlarge it, you not only can see the osteocyte, yang ni osteocyte yang ni semua ni. Yang ni bukan osteocyte, yang ni we call as canalicula. And then there are also lamella here, and surrounding here we have osteoblast, and then with osteoblast at here, And then we also have osteoclast. So all of these later I will explain it, what are they and what are their function. So you see here, see here, also same. This one is osteo. When you enlarge the osteal structure, actually you can see there are lacuna, there are osteocyte lah, here. And then there are also the matrix layer. Okay, okay. So spongy bone, yang ni adalah spongy bone. Tadi adalah compact bond. Compact bond, right? Yang ni adalah spongy bond. Spongy bond punya explanation. So you can see spongy bond. Spongy bond, normally spongy bond is less dense and lighter bond compared to the compact bond. And then they are more shorter lah. More shorter, and it is made up of tiny plate called trabecula. And this plate serves as the shaft to give the spongy bond strength. Over time, this plate can break, causing the bond to become less resilient, and tubercular relay the stress to the dense compact bond. Okay, so you see here this structure. So spongy bond, when you enlarge it, the structure is totally different from the spongy bond one. Different from the compact bond. You see here compact bond dia macam ni punya. You see here, dia macam ni punya. Dia ada banyak bulatan-bulatan yang cantik-cantik macam ni. Tapi spongy dia tak ada. Spongy dia macam tube punya, interconnected to each other one. Relate to each other one. So actually, if you enlarge this, we call as endosteum, enlarge the endosteum. Actually, you will get the structure same as the osteum lah. Same as the osteum you found in the compact bond. Sama aja. And just the arrangement at here is not same as the compact bond. Okay, so next we go to the bone cells yang ni semua ni. Osteoclast, and osteocyte. These are the three bone cells, main bone cells that we need to know. Okay, so about the osteoblast. So osteoblast actually is found in the located within the lacuna. Lacuna. So what is lacuna? I think I already explained, right? Lacuna yang ni. Lacuna. Yang ni. You will see here lacuna. Yang ni hitam-hitam punya. Which we call as lacuna. This all ini berselat ini semua ni adalah osteal. When we enlarge the osteal, kami akan tengok macam ni punya. So our osteoblast is located within the lacuna one, and then it is composed of mainly calcium phosphate is present in the interstitial fluid, and the main function is to secrete protein collagen, which form the strong fiber of the bone, and it is automatically crystallized around the collagen fiber to form the hard matrix of the bone. As a matrix form around the osteoblast, they become isolated within the lacuna. Okay, so the main function is to provide secrete the collagen fiber to make the bone more harder. Okay, another one is osteocyte. So osteocyte, it is formed from osteoblast, where osteoblast is mature and it is inactive cell. So osteocyte is actually formed from the osteoblast. Their origin from the osteoblast one. Kalau osteoblast is major, they already become major cells and inactivated, it will become osteocyte. So normally it is arranged and folded in concentric layer of matrix called lamella. So lamella is the layer of the matrix lah at here. So apa differences between lamella and canalicula? Canalicula adalah line at here. Awak tengok line semua line ni yang hitam line dia macam ada satu line kan. Ini we call as canalicula. Lamina is the matrix layer at here. Yang ni semua ni, yang ni rectangular shape ni, rectangle shape or square shape, yang ni semua we call as lamina. So lamina is the connective layer of matrix lah. So osteocyte you can found within at here, within this layer, within this layer. So it can, what are the function is it can produce extension cytoplasmic into the canaliculi. Canaliculi, so inilah canaliculi. It can produce the extension cytoplasmic into the canaliculi to allow the transport of neutral respiratory gas and waste product between the osteocyte and lacuna. So dia akan form cytoplasmic punya extension toward the canaliculi area. This one yang ni line punya. Why it want to connect to this one? Because it need to allow the transport of nutrient, respiratory gas and waste product between the osteocyte and the lamella and the lacuna. So this is the main function. This is very also important because it involves the transport of nutrient. You need to know all of these are cell. It also need to have a metabolism process. You also need the nutrient. You also have the waste product. You also can undergo aerobic respiration. All of them. So this osteocyte is play main important role in metabolism process. Okay. And another cell is called as osteoclasts. So osteoclasts are large and multi-nucleated cells that play a major role in break down the bone. So osteoclast is found in the surface of the bone tissue. Dia dekat surface punya. Kalau awak tengok osteocyte and osteoblast, dia dekat dalam punya. Dia is found within the bone tissue. But for the osteoclast, it is found on the surface of the bone tissue. So normally it play major role to break down the bone. So what are these mean? So meaning that when the osteoclast move about, it will secrete hydrogen ion that dissolve the crystal and enzyme that digest the collagen. So you know that I just know that our osteoblast can secrete collagen, right? Collagen fiber to provide the bone become more harder. So this osteoclast is the cells to hydrolyze, digest all this collagen fiber. So normally this one osteoclast and osteoblast are synergistic together, they shape bone, and it also to provide the calcium store in bone. So normally this cell is to want to break down the bone once the bone is already too old already lah. Dia terlalu tua, so maksudnya orang tua lah. So orang tua tu, so why is that? Is why orang tua tu dia akan banyak tulang problem lah. Tulang dia ada banyak problem sikit because of this osteoclast. Okay, so that's all for these 3 cells. So I hope you can understand it. Yang ni 3 sel ni memang Campbell tak ada cakap langsung. Memang tak ada punya. Yang ni ada special untuk kelas saya saja. I think you see all the notes. I think not explain it well. Because actually, why I need to explain all these cells? Because actually, bone, if you see Campbell, all that, dia tak explain very detailed. But in your syllabus, you need to describe the structure of the cells. So if you don't describe all this, what are the things you describe again? Although the connective tissue you not yet come out in essay question, even though structure question, but who knows? It may be come out. So if you come out, want you to explain the structure of the bone. Inilah semua awak kena explain. Not say that you just explain this. Dense and heavy strong bone. And then finish. Tak ada lah. Takkan. So that is why I explain in very detail. Because I want you so that in examination when it's come out, you can explain it more detail lah. Not say just kalau keluar, tak boleh jawab lah. Tak belajar pun. Saya dah belajar. Jangan cakap saya tak belajar. So, if examination it come out, you should able to answer it. Inilah semua ni. Ini paling penting. I think if you able to answer this all, you can, if you come out one question, you can score lah. Okay. Next, we go to cartilage. Okay, so cartilage actually is one type of connective tissue also. It is located at the surface of the bone, right? Kalau awak tengok bone kami, yang ni, bone kami, yang paling surface punya dia ada cartilage kan. So if you see this structure, the knee. Actually, if you see here, see this. Actually, cartilage is at here lah. Normally dia akan dekat area ni. This is our cartilage lah. Our cartilage. So cartilage is also one type of the connective tissue. So normally our disease osteoporosis, right? Osteoporosis is due to the our cartilage is already function of cartilage is not very good lah. It already damaged. Our cartilage tissue is already damaged, so that's why we can have the disease osteoporosis. Normally in orang tua lah. Memang orang tua warga emas tu memang akan ada lah. Nanti tak boleh elak. So, okay. Okay, so what are the cartilage? So these are all the structure description you need to know. So I don't want to explain many lalu banyak sentence saya tak suka. I just use diagram. Saya banyak suka guna diagram. So actually cartilage I just explain one two lah. Normally it is the dense, strong and hard, but it is the flexible tissue. So compared to the bone, our bone is dense and strong. Our bone is dense, strong, hard, but it is inflexible. Awak tak boleh stretch dia kan. Tulang kami sangat hard kan. Awak boleh pukul orang punya. Tulang kami boleh pukul orang punya. Tapi cartilage bukan. Cartilage although it is also dense, strong, hard, but it is very flexible one. Dia lebih flexible punya. So normally it is found in the end of the bone, external ear wall of the trachea, and normally it is found end of the bone lah. So normally our cartilage is made up of cells we call as chondrocyte, or another name is chondroblast. Chondrocyte is same. Okay. And then chondrocyte actually is made up of chondroitin sulfate. So okay, yang ni awak tengok ni. Okay, you see here. This is the under cartilage structure undergo under microscope. So yang ni semua yang belah-belah ni adalah chondrocyte lah. Chondrocyte. And then within the chondrocyte we have lacuna at here. Kami ada lacuna. So what are the function of the lacuna? So you see that it also contains the small fluid space in matrix known as lacuna. So chloroplasts generally are called chondrocyte, and it is protected by an outer layer, perichondrium layer, which is a dense layer. Okay. So yang ni just a basic description. So you will see here this structure. Yang ni, these are perichondrium layer. This is the protective layer to protect the cartilage. There are protective layer to protect the cartilage, and then you see here there are also many matrix material at there. So this matrix actually also act as a protection to the cartilage cell, So matrix play major you see that matrix play major role in the absorb mechanical shock and is elastic. Okay, so and then the main differences to compare to the bone is it does not contain any nerve cells, lymphatic vessel and also blood vessel. Dia tak perlu ini semua. So if it does not contain all of these transport system, how the blood supply can become for the cartilage. So normally blood supply, the nutrient obtained from the cartilage normally is through the diffusion lah. So the blood vessel is located at the outside one. Dia akan locate sangat jauh lah. And then all of the nutrient, oxygen will be diffused into here, and then they will diffuse out also our carbon dioxide and waste material to the blood vessel. So dekat sini dia tak ada blood vessel punya. Blood vessel dekat luar punya. So semua material dia akan diffuse to here lah. And then dia ada pericardium or pericardium layer. Pericardium layer. So ini adalah protective layer to protect the chondrocyte one. Okay. Okay, so this is all just the general structure of the cartilage. And then we have three types of cartilage: hyaline cartilage, fibro cartilage, and also elastic cartilage. So hyaline cartilage, I think this one is the example that given in your Oxford book, right? One of the example that give in your Oxford book, Oxford. So actually, yang ni awak kena tahu lah. Yang ni adalah hyaline cartilage is the general that you see like this lah. Ini adalah hyaline cartilage. So you see here the chondrocyte actually is located. They are bind to each other, bind into each other, and then they are bound loosely. Dia tak ada compact punya. Dia tak compact punya. So compared to the fibrocartilage, so fibrocartilage meaning that dia ada collagen fiber in the matrix. Yang ni dia tak ada fiber punya. You see here, yang memang dia tak ada fiber punya. Dia tak ada fiber punya. Dia hanya ada matrix sahaja. Yang ni dia ada fiber, collagen fiber. So you will see under microscope dia macam lebih complicated sikit lah kerana dia ada banyak fiber dekat sini. So actually the cell is also cell is like this. So you will see here yang bulat ni semua adalah chondrocyte, our cartilage cells. And another one is elastic cartilage. So elastic cartilage meaning that it contain elastic fiber. It contain the elastic fiber. So the main differences just the presence of the fiber only. So yang ni hyaline cartilage does not contain any fiber. Dia tak ada fiber punya, hanya matrix je. Yang ni ada collagen fiber, yang ni ada elastic fiber. Okay, so that's all for cartilage. So cartilage is more simple lah compared to the bone. Dia tak ada complicated like the bone. Bone we have 3 types of cells. But for cartilage, we only have the 1 type of cell only. Which is chondrocyte, and then this chondrocyte is made up of chondroitin sulfate. And then within the cartilage, we also have the matrix. So normally matrix ni dia play major role to absorb mechanical shock lah. And it is very elastic. And also we have the layer, pericardium layer normally is protect the cartilage. Okay, so normally main location you see here end of the bone our bone end, and also supporting wing in the wall of the some respiratory tube tip on the nose and external ear. Okay, so that's all for cartilage. And then last one, this is the last part of the connective tissue. Example, blood, our dava. So our blood is actually also one type of connective tissue. Okay, so I think blood, you see this diagram. Okay, blood, I think all of you already know that we have 2 main components, right? One is called as plasma and one is a blood component, blood cell component, cellular element. So 55% is plasma and 45% is our blood. So normally our plasma, we know that 90% of the plasma is water, right? As a solvent, water. And then another 10% is that contain either ion or plasma protein lah. Plasma protein and also the nutrient. So these are all the ion and protein. So this one actually you should know already. You already learned in SPM, right? So yang ni boleh baca sendiri. Yang paling penting adalah cellular component. So we know that our blood contain 3 cellular component, right? Red blood cell, erythrocyte, leukocyte, and also platelet. So all of these, okay, so this one is about the plasma. So normally our plasma is in yellow color, right? And then normally I already mentioned that 90% of plasma is made up of water. Another 10% is the mineral ion, plasma protein, nutrient, and also hormone. So mineral ion normally is salt ion like sodium, potassium, magnesium, and chloride. Normally is act as to osmotic balance in the blood, and maybe role in muscle like the calcium ion role in the muscle. ulcer, and then nerve, regulate nerve also and regulate the permeability. So sodium potassium pile, and also nerve is normally is sodium, all this lah. And nutrient, the nutrient that is hydrolyzed that can be dissolved in water, nutrient, vitamin C and vitamin B, right? Vitamin C and vitamin B, all these also can be dissolved in water. Why? It also can be transported within the plasma. And then our hormone, where the hormone that produced by the endocrine gland, like insulin hormone, glucagon hormone, ADH, progesterone, testosterone, all these hormone will be transported, may be transported within our plasma also. And then we also have the protein that involved in blood clotting, like the fibrinogen. Our protein is fibrinogen. This one is play the role in blood clotting, right? So all this lah. Okay, and then this is about the plasma protein, the type of the plasma protein that we have, like albumin, apolipomin, immunoglobulin, fibrinogen, globulin, alpha globulin, beta globulin, and gamma globulin. So this one you can pick yourself lah. So actually you already learn in SPM already lah. Okay. Next is about erythrocyte. So red blood cell lah. So I think this one all of you are familiar with it. You will also learn in SPM. So yang paling penting, the shape is biconcave dish shape, right? Blood cell is biconcave dish shape. So the main structure, the main characteristic is it does not contain any nucleus one, right? Does not contain any nucleus, and then it contain hemoglobin. Hemoglobin structure, right? Hemoglobin, and then the main function is to carry oxygen, and also carbon dioxide. Main function is to in gases exchange and gases exchange. So okay, so that's all. Okay, so this is just the main structure of the erythrocyte lah. The first structure shape is biconcave dish shape. So why it want to have the biconcave dish shape? Because it want to give the large surface area versus volume ratio. So this large surface area meaning that oxygen can diffuse quickly into out of the cell. Maksudnya oxygen boleh banyak oxygen, and oxygen, the diffusion rate of the oxygen can more faster lah. If it is in the flat surface meaning that the oxygen can diffuse in the slower rate. And also the red blood cells are very small compared to the leukocyte. Leukocyte is more bigger. So normally red blood cell is normally is at 7 micrometer only. 7 micrometer only. And then this small size meaning that that no hemoglobin structure within the cell is very far from the surface membrane. And then the hemoglobin molecule can therefore quickly enhance oxygen with the fluid outside the cell. So our red blood cell contain main structure is we call as hemoglobin, right? Hemoglobin protein. So hemoglobin protein is very important to carry the oxygen gas and also carbon dioxide gas, or C hemoglobin, right? Okay. The transport of the oxygen and carbon dioxide you will learn in semester 2, chapter 1, gas exchange. So I just want to show that the red blood cell is very small. Why it need to very small? It need to say that the distance between the hemoglobin and the plasma membrane of the red blood cell is very close to each other. So that when the oxygen diffuse into the red blood cell, the hemoglobin can quickly have the reaction with the oxygen and then can carry the oxygen quickly. It can have the quickly reaction lah. Kalau dia besar, sangat besar, maksudnya oksigen masuk dekat sel, dia take time. It take time to go to the hemoglobin. So it need to very small. So this is a reason why it is made to very small. And another structure is very flexible structure. So normally red blood cells are very flexible. So meaning that the cell are able to deform so that they can pass through this vessel. So normally if you see that our blood vessel we contain 3 types of blood vessel, right? Artery, vein, and also blood capillaries. So blood capillary is the very narrow punya vessel. So normally when it is very narrow, maksudnya kalau red blood cell dia tak boleh fleksibel, maksudnya dia akan sangkut dekat sana. Dia tak boleh bergerak lah, dia akan sangkut dekat sana. So if it is fleksibel, dia boleh ubah shape dia. Dia boleh jadi sempit sikit, dia boleh bergerak lah. Unless it can pass through this capillary vessel. So this is possible because the cell have a specialized cytoskeleton made up of mesh-like network for protein fiber, allow them to be squeezed into different shape, but then spring back to produce a normal biconcave shape. So it can change the shape to ensure that the cells can pass through this very narrow blood capillary. Very narrow blood capillary. But when after it pass through the blood capillary, then it will return back to the biconcave disc shape again. And another structure is red blood cell does not contain many organelles. Nucleus, it does not contain nucleus, mitochondria, and also endoplasmic reticulum. So meaning that why it need to does not contain these all organelles because it need to give the maximum play spaces so that got more spaces for the cells to have carry more hemoglobin. So it can maximize the amount of oxygen can be carried out lah. Kalau dia ada nukleus, ada mitochondria, maksudnya oksigen dia datang, dia hemoglobin dia tak ada tempat yang banyak lah kerana nukleus ni semua organel ni dia ada spend the space already. Take a place already. So it need to save the space and optimize the space so it does not contain any this nucleus, any organelles of it. It only contain the hemoglobin only. Okay, so this is all about the erythrocyte, and then this is the formation of erythrocyte. So, okay, ini yang awak perlu tahu. So, normally I just want to show you that our blood erythrocyte is made from bone marrow. Our erythrocyte is made up from bone marrow, and then this is the process lah. I just want to show you that our erythrocyte is produced from bone marrow. Okay, and then our lifespan of the erythrocyte is about 120 days lah. 3 months lah. Normally is about 3 months. 3 months or 4 months. 4 months. Sorry, 4 months. Our red blood cell normally lifespan is about 4 months. After 4 months, they akan die lah. And then when it die, it will undergo autolysis, right? Autophagocytosis. Ni okay. Okay, ini about the erythrocyte. And then this is the structure of the hemoglobin. Ini I think you will learn more in detail in semester 2, and also you already have the image in chapter 1, right? I already explained the structure of hemoglobin. So this is the structure. So you know that hemoglobin is the quaternary protein structure. It contains 4 polypeptide chain, 2 alpha and 2 beta. And each polypeptide chain contain the prostatic group ferrum. So ferrum ni is the main component lah. Dia sangat important lah because it bind the oxygen one. Dia bind oxygen. Okay, so that is why we call that one hemoglobin can bind 4 oxygen because each hem group satu ferrum ni dia boleh bind satu oxygen, and then quaternary protein hemoglobin contain 4 polypeptides. So each polypeptide can bind 1 oxygen molecule. So meaning that there are 4. So meaning that one hemoglobin can bind 4 oxygen molecule. Okay. Okay, another one is platelet. Okay, so platelet is the smallest component in red blood cell, and then it is very tiny spherical shape or disc shape with a bit of cytoplasm and normally it does not contain nucleus. Some of them have, some of them not. And normally it is pinched off from very large cell called megakaryocyte in the bone marrow. So it is actually origin from the megakaryocyte. So yang ni lah. I just want you to show that. Yang ni. Yang ni adalah stem cell, ni tak perlu tahu. I just want to show this megakaryocyte. megakaryocyte, and then it will produce the platelet. Yang ni adalah erythrocyte, yang ni adalah leukocyte. Okay. Okay, so megakaryocyte, and then the lifespan of the platelet is more shorter compared to erythrocyte. It only have 1 week, and the main function is to blood clotting mechanism lah. Blood clotting mechanism, and then blood clotting and also stimulate immune system. Physically patch the brain by sticking to the valve. Ni adalah blood mechanism system. So ni adalah overall blood clotting mechanism. So, yang ni awak dah belajar ESPN, right? So, STPM awak tak perlu belajar lah. So, ini I just want to show you that how the platelet play the role in blood clotting. So, normally you see that when the person is injured, the blood, our erythrocyte, blood awak akan come out, right? So, our platelet normally will track at here, and then finally form the fibrin structure. So it will form the clotting structure. Okay. Yang ni adalah I just want to show you the platelet is come from megakaryocyte, and then all of the red blood cell actually is come from the stem cells. And then it is very important when you explain about the leukocyte, because the leukocyte, the origin cell is all are different. So like lymphocyte is come from the lymphoid stem cell, and then all of the another type of the blood cell is come from the myeloid stem cell. So you need to differentiate them. Okay. Okay, so this one is about the leukocyte. So actually leukocyte is, there are total 5 types of leukocyte. And then there are 2 main categories, right? Either is granulocyte or agranulocyte. So granulocyte meaning it is have the granular, and is granular, cytoplasm is granular and has the large loop nucleus. So you see here, see this, is all the white blood cell, right? So you see here, ni tak berapa bagus, yang ni. Okay, granulocyte. So you see here, granulocyte, dia cytoplasm dia adalah granule, and then the nucleus are loop. Dia is the loop nucleus, meaning that dia akan, awak tengok dia macam 3D sikit lah. You see that the nucleus is more 3D shaped one. And if compared to agranulocyte, the nucleus is very big, but it is not loop one. Okay, yang ni, okay. So normally these are all the function about the neutrophil, eosinophil, basophil, lymphocyte, and monocyte. So we go to the neutrophil. So neutrophil normally is play the role in phagocytosis of bacteria in the wound. So it is play the role in phagocytosis lah. So kalau dia ada pathogen like bacteria atau virus, so dia akan makan bacteria tu lah. It will engulf that bacteria. And also it will phagocyte a dead cell, clean up the starch that is especially demanding after injury or infection. And most granule in neutrophil contain enzyme that can digest the ingested material. So neutrophil normally play the role in phagocytosis. And eosinophil normally is respond in allergic reaction. And it also contain the lysosome to degrade the parasitic worm, protozoa, and protozoa membrane. So normally is in allergic reaction, and also kalau dia ada parasitic worm or protozoa infected in our body, this white blood cell can play the role to protect us. Okay, basophil is also play the allergic reaction, but the main is it does not contain lysosome, but it contain another 2 substance is called as histamine and also heparin. So histamine is to dilate the blood vessel and make the capillaries more permeable. And then the heparin is to speed up the fat removal from the blood after you eat a high meal. punya high fat meal. And then heparin is also anticoagulant that may help prevent blood from clotting inappropriately within the blood vessel. So normally basophil is normally is play the role in protection by protection in the blood vessel. Blood vessel. But it does not again fight against the pathogen lah. Dia bukan fight dengan pathogen punya. Dia macam pergi like see here right, dilate blood vessel and then speed up the fat removal like that. And then lymphocyte is the major white blood cell in the body defense system. So we know that we have B lymphocyte and T lymphocyte. So this one, B lymphocyte is major in bone marrow, and the main function is to produce antibody. And T lymphocyte is major in the thymus and is to destroy the foreign cell and virus infected cell. So these are two main functions. Don't be confused. And also another type of cell is natural killer cell. It is very active against tumor cell and cell infected with virus. And natural killer cell also destroys cell by both non-specific and specific process. And natural killer cell will release perforin. So normally this one, lymphocyte, you will learn more detail about that the our body defense system. You will learn more detail in semester 2 also, immunity part, the last two chapter of that. So please, so you need to know it. If you don't know now in semester 2, you also need to know. And another one is monocyte. So monocyte also play the role in the defense system. So normally it is also undergo phagocytosis and can develop macrophage and dendrit cell. So macrophage is the cell that can engulf bacteria, dead cell and debris, and it can either move around or stay in the one place. And dendritic cells normally is stationed in all tissue of the body that come into contact with the environment, skin. So dendritic cells respond in viral infection by producing cytokine. So actually this one you also learn in immunity part semester 2. Yang ni adalah bone marrow. So bone marrow stem cell dia akan produce monocyte. Monocyte, right? One of the this one monocyte. So monocyte later it will produce macrophage and also dendritic cell. So these both two cells also actually is helping the T cell to play the role in defense system lah. So how it is helping it, that you will learn in semester 2. And then our bone marrow stem cell also will produce the T cell that will major in the thymus. Another one, B cell, is major in the bone marrow. So please differentiate these both two, don't complicated. And then our T cell, actually we have many type of T cell lah. Yang ni awak akan belajar dekat semester 2 also. So awak tak perlu for now you don't need to know it, but you will learn in semester 2. And then B cell also we can produce plasma cell and memory cell to produce the body antibody lah. And then this one is the immunity response, cell mediated immunity and antibody mediated immunity. So again, this one you will learn in semester 2. So for now, you just want to know about the structure of leukocyte. So yang ni lah, yang ni semua. Yang ni you need to know it. What are the structure? You need to know how to draw it. What are the structure of the leukocyte? And then what are the main function of the leukocyte and also red blood cell and platelet lah. Okay, so that's all for animal specialized tissue. So, okay, so finally. Okay, so that's all for today. Wow, 2 hours. 2 hour. Cukup 2 hour. Enough. Kan? Okay, so I hope that this explanation be clear and you know all about the animal specialized tissue. So in conclusion, there are 4 types of tissue you need to learn: epithelial, nervous tissue, muscular tissue, and also lastly connective tissue. So only these 4 types, and then okay, that's all. And then you need to know all. Firstly, you need to know the location. What are the location that you can found in this all tissue? Next one is the structure, and then the last one is function. You know, you all of this tissue you don't need to know all this lah, all this. Okay, so that's all for today. Any question? Okay, no question. Wah, I think semua expert tu. Memang expert tau. Saya buat live ni memang tak ada ada soalan langsung. Okay, I think okay, that's all for today. Okay, so next Monday, next Monday I will proceed chapter 5. Why I proceed chapter 5? Because chapter 3 and chapter 4, my note is not finished yet. So I cannot proceed it. So I will directly proceed to chapter 5 and chapter 6. These 2 chapters are the chapters normally candidate will score lah. Mereka akan focus these 2 chapter one because these 2 chapter is totally new to you. So semua orang focus that chapter only. But I repeat again, chapter 2, although it is very I think you can say it is very boring and very long, but if you want to score A, you should score it lah. Not say that you just screening je. So I already teach you and give you the note. So if you want to buy the note, you can buy it. Buy it. So I already try my best already to help you explanation and give the as much as more possible knowledge to you already. So how do you summarize this knowledge is your effort lah. Okay, so next I will proceed to chapter 5. So I don't know you guys, your school teacher already teach chapter 5 or not. If you already teach, so maybe if you not understand, you can hear again. If not teach, you will closer can hear. So that's all for today. So thanks for your attending today. So we will see you tomorrow. So tomorrow is sem 3 one. So for those semester 3, you can stay tuned for tomorrow topic. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you.